If you're interested in creating excitement through branding your business locally, give us a call here at the Brian Cash Claus Coupon Book, 727-804-6082. We'll see you right here at 3 o'clock on Wednesdays.
Tune in to the Shrink and Wrap Show here on Tan Talk Radio. Our stories and our topics will include, but are not limited to, everyday issues. We're here for you, for our listeners. We want to know what's important to you. So again, don't miss us on Tan Talk Radio. Tune in again, Shrink and Wrap Show. We'll see you then.
That's the Shrink and Wrap Show every Thursday from 3 to 4 p.m. right here on the Tan Talk Radio Network.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
It's time for the Kelly Show. Kelly is an award-winning photographer and the owner of the website iloveclearwater.com. Doug is the author of 4 published books and a contributing editor for Florida Sportsman magazine. And now, here they are.
Well, I'm here anyway. Doug is taking a hiatus today, but I'm here with Big Ed Davis, who just got back from a really nice trip. Ed, how was your trip?
It's fine, but when we say Doug's not here, he's on assignment.
He's on assignment.
Yeah,
that's
that sounds better.
All right, that's from now on. That's my line.
Trip was good.
Yeah. Do you want to say where?
I was my second home or my original home, St. Croix.
St. Croix, and you just missed Aaron.
Yeah, I left. Was it Thursday? And they were starting to get ready for the rain. It wasn't going to be a direct hit, but they needed the rain and they needed the sargassum, which is seaweed. They needed that pulled away from the island, and it all happened.
Awesome. Perfect. So you did everything you wanted to do, right?
Pretty much.
Okay, cool. So I have a great guest today. I have 2 guests. Peyton Davis, she's the marketing manager for the Humane Society of Pinellas. And we have with her today, Franny, who is a dog currently residing at the Humane Society of Pinellas. Why don't you tell us just a little bit about Franny before we begin? Okay.
Yeah,
Peyton.
thank you for having me and Franny, of course. She's definitely the most exciting guest that I brought. So Franny is 2 years old. She has been with the Humane Society of Pinellas since May, which doesn't seem like a long time, but she is actually one of our longest residents. She's one of the few that's been waiting a little bit longer. And that's because when she arrived to us in May, she was heartworm positive. And for those who do not know, heartworm is actually caused by mosquitoes. Mosquitoes carry heartworm, and they can pass them into your dogs and bring them into their bloodstream. That's why it's very, very important to have your pets on preventative measures. When your vet's telling you that $250 charge, they want to get you on those monthly preventatives, they are very serious because heartworms can be deadly, actually. So when she arrived to us, she was heartworm positive. We did go ahead and fully treat her. We are one of the few shelters that will take in dogs that are heartworm positive so that we can treat them. So over the course of several months that she's been with us, she's gone through that treatment, and she has been available for adoption the entire time. So the way we do that is if a dog is heartworm positive, we will treat them. And if someone comes in and says, I really want to adopt Franny, we will let her go out on a pre-adopt. We just ask that they bring her back for her injections because it is 3 injections during that treatment. But thankfully, Franny is cleared now. She had her last injection over about a month and a half ago. And since then, she is finally off of leash walk. So when a dog is heartworm positive, you don't want to amp up their energy level because it can be seriously harmful while they're going through that treatment and everything. So she was on leash walk only. So she couldn't run around a yard like a normal dog. She couldn't play with the other dogs at the shelter. But now that she's finally off of that, she can run and play like a normal dog.
And she likes other dogs.
She likes other dogs, yeah. So she'll join the other dogs at our play groups. So we'll do play groups almost every single day at the shelter where you'll sometimes see like 5, 6, 7 dogs running around the yard. It's super fun. So she really enjoys play groups. She enjoys other dogs. She really enjoys humans. During her entire treatment, you would never know that she was heartworm positive. She is just one of those really positive dogs that every time you look at her, she just looks happy. She's just happy to, like in this room right now, she is just like lighting up the room. She's just such a wonderful, happy dog. And I really hope someone out there comes and sees her soon so that we can get her in her forever home. She's one of those staff favorites that we're just waiting for her to find her right fit. And it'll be one of those things when it happens, all of the staff is just going to be so excited.
Okay. So
Yeah.
for those listening on the radio and they can't see her, and by the way, we're live on Facebook and live on YouTube at Tan Talk Radio Network on YouTube and the Kelly Show on Facebook. But for those that can't see Franny, can you describe what kind of breed she is and the color?
Yeah, so she's a mixed breed. We're not sure 100% what kind of breed she is. We don't want to say she's 100% one thing and have no clue, because you could DNA test her and she could be something crazy like a German Shepherd or something. But she's a mixed breed. She is black with a little bit of white on certain parts of her body. She's got these really large, almost goofy ears that are almost like too big for her head, but fit her personality so perfectly. She's about medium size. I'd say she's about 50 pounds. And she's 2 years old, so she won't grow much more than that unless you're feeding her a lot of treats, like I currently am doing right now to keep her keep her entertained. But she's a really, really pretty dog.
Okay.
And you can also see her picture up on our website too. If you go to humanesocietyofpinellas.org, under our adopt page, under the dog section, she's one of the first dogs listed on that page. So if you click on her profile, it'll pull up a whole bunch of pictures that we've taken over the time that she's been at the shelter. So you can really get to see her personality a little bit more through those pictures.
Okay.
She's a very good girl.
Let's shift a bit, Peyton, to you. And how did you get involved in the Humane Society of Pinellas?
Yeah, so it's kind of a crazy story. So I actually went to college in Kentucky, and while I was there, I studied public relations. I knew that I wanted to do something potentially media, potentially social media. And while I was there, I interned at the Lexington Humane Society. And I was like, wow, this is incredible. I can kind of combine my love for social media and all of those things, and I can turn into this passion of nonprofit and animal welfare, and I can work with animals and I can help get them adopted. So through that internship, I was like, wow, okay, this is something I could potentially do. And right after literally I graduated, like the next day, there was a job opening for a position in Sarasota at the Cat Depot, which is an all cat rescue down in Sarasota. And I applied for their communications specialist job, found out I got the job a week later, and I packed all my stuff from Lexington, Kentucky, and moved down to Florida. Thankfully, my sister was living here, so I wasn't completely going in it alone.
That's good.
But I was at that job for 2.5 years. I was looking for a little bit of a change. I wanted to come up to Tampa and get to experience the area up here and the city life. And luckily for me, a Humane Society of Pinellas had the marketing manager job open, and it was doing a lot of what I was already doing in my previous job, but then I was going to get to work with dogs, cats, bunnies, guinea pigs. So the second I saw the job, I applied, and a week later I had an interview and luckily got the job. And so I've been doing it. 2 years in October will be my 2 years. So
okay, congratulations.
It's been a whirlwind. It's been super fun. This job is so entertaining. Every day is different. I get to spend almost every day with animals like Franny here and get to really, really get to know them and spend time with them. And it's even more rewarding when they finally find forever homes too, just because I've spent so much time with her as well, that it's one of those jobs that's just so rewarding. And I'm so lucky I get to do it.
I have a hard time going into shelters because I want to take everybody home. So did you ever adopt a dog yourself? Or a cat?
Yeah. So I've been in animal welfare 4.5 years, and I, for the longest time, was like, no, you're going to say no. You're going to fall in love with them, but you're going to say no because you have to have boundaries. I'm pretty young. I've moved a lot. Apartment life is sometimes kind of hard. Not every apartment will let you accept dogs, cats, whatever it is. So I've kind of held off until I finally took my first foster home in February. His name is Buddy, and he was a medical foster. So he had this medical condition when he came to us that basically it's like an autoimmune disorder, and his body was attacking the muscles in his face and his neck. So it was super, super swollen to the point where he could barely open his mouth to eat regular food, to pant like a normal dog. Like he was just very much struggling. So he went on on a heavy duty steroid medication, and he was on it for several months while he was with me, and we slowly kind of like weaned him off of it. So over that time, because of course I had him for several months, it was impossible for me not to fall in love with him. But when I look back at it, the second I laid eyes on him at the shelter and I was like inquiring about like, oh, he needs a foster, what does he need? I was like, that's my dog. Like, he just has this look on his face. I'll have to show you a picture of him. He just has this look on his face that like you look into his eyes and you're just like, oh, you're just so sweet. Okay, like whatever you want to do. He's definitely a little bit of a troublemaker. The shelter calls him a menace because of just all of the medical stuff that we've dealt with him, and he just like likes to get himself into trouble. Anything he can eat, he will literally inhale. Like, we'll be on walks and like he'll stick his whole body in like a bush and like find a piece of pizza, and I'm like, how did you find that? Like, so we've had a whirlwind with him, but he's an absolute joy. So I do hear what people say that like fostering's great. We literally cannot do it without fosters. We do understand that foster fails happen sometimes. But if you can open your home to fostering, it's truly wonderful. Like my foster buddy, I fostered, failed him, but that was a space that we were able to free up while he had his medical treatment, so that another dog could come in and take up another kennel space. So fostering is truly, truly important. I understand it can be very, very hard. I foster failed. It happens. But yeah, if anyone can open up their home to dogs, it's really important. Even some of our long stay dogs like Franny here, she spent some time out in foster too during her stay, just to give her a little bit of a break. And it helps us kind of get to know their personalities and how they truly would do in a home, because or else we would have no idea how they would do in a home. Like, we can learn like, oh, they really like to lay on the couch, or, oh, they'll like to steal food off your counter. So we can let an adopter know these kinds of things.
That's good. So how many dogs and cats would you say? And it's only dogs and cats, right?
It's dogs, cats, and we have rabbits and guinea pigs now, which is very exciting. Yeah. So our new facility allowed us to be able to take in rabbits and guinea pigs now. So
we're going to get to that new facility in a moment. But how many pets are you able to house, would you say?
So we're able to house about 80 cats. Sometimes it can be a little bit more, because sometimes you'll see a kennel that might have couple kittens in it. Like if there's a couple kittens, there's a litter, there might be 2 or 3 in it. But our housing for cats can house up to about 80. And then on top of that, we have 39 dog kennels. And then we have 2 additional rooms as well on the facility that we can also use for additional dogs if we need that too. But then we also have some off-site fosters and things. So our numbers kind of change all the time. Like at one time we could have 80 plus dogs, cats, guinea pigs, rabbits available for adoption. Sometimes we can have more, sometimes we can have less, depending on what's going on. But at one time, we can have up to 200 in our care. Yes, they might not be available for adoption. Some of them might be in foster, getting medical treatments, things like that. Or sometimes our dogs will be on a break from the shelter in a foster, and you'll still see them on our website, but it'll have them listed as they're off-site at a foster. So our numbers are always changing. It was really funny. We just had a summer camp for kids, and every single day we had the campers come in and we looked at the number that we had in our care. And it'll start with 80. And we'll show them, 5 cats have been adopted, but we just took in 10 cats. Oh. So the numbers look really weird to the kids, and explaining to them that while we may do 5 adoptions, we then are freeing up space to then take in 5 more, and then 10, and then, going on and on. So it was just really funny to see the kids kind of like think that process through, because it is really weird in animal shelters, because we celebrate these adoptions, but with adoptions, we're freeing up space to be able to help more animals. We're freeing up space to then be able to take in more. So we're celebrating, we just had 40 adoptions last weekend, but we're turning around and immediately like, all right, we got to fill the kennels again. Who can we take in today? Who needs our help? Who needs us, basically.
Where do you get the animals from?
So primarily most of our animals come from transfers from Pinellas County Animal Services. We're very much a Pinellas first. How can we help the community that's directly in our area? But we will also take animals from other areas as well. Pet Resource Center in Hillsborough County, Pasco County. Sometimes we'll go even farther outside of that. Sometimes we'll go up into Tallahassee, depending on what the needs are. And then we do owner surrenders as well. People who maybe have fallen on hard times, or they have housing changes, family dynamic changes. So we'll take owner surrenders as well, but we really are about a Pinellas first and how can we help Pinellas County Animal Services.
Okay, so
And-
are you actively looking for animals to come to the shelter then?
Yeah, so we
Sure.
have a full admissions team. There's 2 incredible people who work on that admissions team, and then they work with the medical team and the animal care team to see, like, do we have the space to take on a medical case? Do we have the space to take on these 10 dogs? So it's kind of a team effort, but there is an admissions team that is working around the clock with the county shelters, with the surrender applications that we have come in, and seeing how many animals we're able to take in. I think when I left, come here, Franny. I'm like, what's she doing over there? When I left, they had just taken in, I think, like 10 cats from, I think, Pinellas County Animal Services. So it's constant. It's almost daily that we're taking in animals either through the counties or through surrenders and things like that.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. So I'm going to come back to you and we're going to talk about the new building and we're going to talk
Yeah.
about that kids camp and more. So can we take a short break? Awesome. So we'll be back in a moment.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
In 1955, the law firm now known as Perenick, Caulfield, Averill, and Noyes made a decision. Instead of taking whatever cases came through their doors, they decided to focus specifically on personal injury. 64 years later, the law firm is one of Clearwater's longest-running personal injury firms. Available 24 hours a day with offices in Clearwater and throughout Tampa Bay, they're ready to put decades of experience to work for you if you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident or injured due to someone's negligence or recklessness. If you feel overwhelmed, uncertain, or unsure about your next steps after being involved in an accident or after a loved one sustained serious injuries due to someone else's negligence, call Perenick, Caulfield, Averill, and Noyes at 727-796-8282 or online at usalaw.com. That's 727-796-8282 or online at usalaw.com. Non-attorney spokesman.
Shop the largest selection of Guy Harvey apparel, artwork, and gift items at GuyHarvey.com. From the world-renowned marine wildlife artist, the Guy Harvey online shop features the latest in performance apparel, classic Guy Harvey t-shirts, decor for every room in your home, exquisite ocean-inspired jewelry, and unique gift items, including custom merchandise not available anyplace else. Browse an extensive catalog of original Guy Harvey works of art and a full range of beautiful reproductions. As with all Guy Harvey merchandise, a percentage of sales benefits the ocean conservation, research, and education work of the Guy Harvey Ocean Foundation. The Guy Harvey Ocean Foundation will help ensure that future generations can enjoy and benefit from a well-balanced ocean ecosystem. Bring the undersea world into your everyday life at GuyHarvey.com.
Just about everyone is fascinated by the mafia. Books and movies like The Godfather, Goodfellas, Casino, and many others became bestsellers and box office hits. Did you know that a century ago, mobsters like Al Capone discovered Florida's tropical climate and sparse law enforcement? Mafia bosses from around the nation began setting up illegal operations in Florida. Now, for the first time, a new book titled Sunshine State Mafia, A History of Florida's Mobsters, Hitmen, and Wise Guys provides vivid stories and never-before-seen images of dangerous criminals who settled in Florida full or part-time. Written by renowned author Doug Kelly, Sunshine State Mafia exposes the hidden history of the mob throughout the state and includes Doug's own brushes with crime figures. Sunshine State Mafia is available at all major book retailers, or obtain a signed copy by calling 727-724-4949 or email sunshinestatemafia@gmail.com.
What do the most successful companies have in common? They leverage growth by forming valuable relationships and partnerships. Amplify Clearwater puts you in touch with accomplished business and community leaders that inspires networking and helps you navigate the best courses of action for your company. Become a member and instantly acquire a powerful edge over your competitors. by forming strong connections with top business leaders and elected officials. Amplify Clearwater. One community, one chamber, one vision. Contact us at amplifyclearwater.com or call 727-461-0011. That's amplifyclearwater.com. 727-461-0011.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Thanks for listening to the Kelly Kelly Show. I'm Kelly Kelly. I'm here with our executive producer, Big Ed Davis, in the control room, and Peyton Davis from the Humane Society of Pinellas, as well as Franny. She's a 2-year-old dog waiting to be adopted, right, Franny? She's a happy girl. And so we're talking about the Humane Society of Pinellas, and I understand you have a new wing called the Showerman Adoption Wing.
Yeah, so we opened the Showerman Adoption Center. We kind of were forced to open it a little bit sooner than we were ready. I know the community was really waiting on it for some time.
Mm-hmm.
The project started back in 2020, right before COVID. So the project did experience a little bit of delays. We did hear a lot about that from the community. We apologize, but we are so excited that the building's opened. So back in October, when all of the hurricane stuff kind of happened, our building was getting close to being done, but it still had a couple little things happening. But with that, our old facility, which did kind of have the outdoor kennels and our cats were housed in a trailer, it did sustain some damage in both of the hurricanes. And we kind of determined that it wasn't safe for us to house the animals in there. And we at that point had been on a temporary certificate of occupancy in our new building. And we were like, all right, that's it. We're moving in and we don't care who says anything. We're just going to do it. And after the hurricane, we were in the new building October to November. We did take some time off for adoptions and everything because we were really focused on helping the community as much as we could recover from the hurricanes. We opened our facility if people needed somewhere to go to charge their phone, to spend time with animals. We were also in the community handing out pet food and doing whatever we could. So our building was technically open in about October, but we held our grand opening late November, early December. And then we've been open
Of last year.
Yeah, of last year. And we've been open ever since. It's a beautiful building. It's state of the art. Everything about this building was, she's literally so cute. Sorry if anybody's like, I'm talking about
good.
Franny. She's giving kisses right now.
Yeah.
She's just being cute.
And I love it.
But yeah, everything about the building was designed thinking about the animals and thinking about our staff and how can we make things easier on the animals? How can we make it easier on the staff? In the kennel area, you'll notice that there's this blue color that's chosen on the kennels, and that's intentional because it's a calm color for dogs.
Oh,
And then you'll
what
notice
shade of blue?
it's like this really light, just
Light
like
blue.
light blue color. It's not like,
Interesting.
it's just off of a light blue, but it's supposed to be really calming for
Oh,
dogs.
okay. Didn't
So
know that.
yeah, so like everything down to like that detail was thought about. And in the dog kennels too, we're able to kind of like close the middle so staff can clean on one side but have the dog on the other, and then you can kind of flip sides and do it the other way. And everything, literally everything about this building was so intentional.
How big is it?
I think it's like 1,800 square feet.
Okay.
I'm not big with knowing like that kind of
that's
stuff,
okay.
but it's 3 floors.
Oh, wow.
So you kind of walk in on what is considered almost the second floor. If you park right out front to our door, you kind of walk up these beautiful steps. There's also a ramp to the side if anybody needs that too, but these beautiful steps. It's very coastal looking. It's this blue shade as well, kind of have that blue vibe throughout the entire facility. Very coastal theme, very calm, very Florida. And you walk into this beautiful lobby area. There's a retail store that's in our lobby. There's always our staff and volunteers greeting at the front desk. And on that floor is our dog level only. So we tried to keep the cats and dogs separate, just with sound and all of that, because cats can be a little bit more stressed in the
Sure.
shelter environment.
So the dogs.
Yeah, absolutely. So the dogs are on one floor. There's 39 very spacious kennels for them. Again, with everything in line for them, just how we can make it easier. The kennels are also on an automatic flushing system, so it's always getting flushed out because you never know what gross stuff's kind of falling in there, and that's so the shelter doesn't smell like a shelter. When you walk into our shelter, you're going to be like, oh, it does not smell like a shelter at all. And that's intentional because we wanted it to be clean and just easy on our dogs, because illnesses can spread through the shelter very, very quickly. So we also have like a fancy HVAC that kind of like flushes out all the air so that no like illnesses are like flowing through the shelter. Basically, all of the walls and all of the kennels can be completely hosed down if they needed to. So if we had an extreme outbreak of something, we could like hose everything down and deep clean it super easily, not have any tiny crevices that we're trying to get into. And that's just like the dog floor. There's also like an indoor play yard on that floor for our dogs in case the weather's bad. We also have our WAG park that has a couple different runs in it, but it also has this large like grass space that our dogs can run in. And I was mentioning that we do play groups in there. So sometimes we'll have multiple dogs running around doing play group. And it's truly like the most beautiful building. If people have not been able to stop by, come visit us. We're always open to visitors.
I would love to see it.
Yeah, that's just the dog floor. Like the cat floor is a whole nother like incredible. So you walk into the second floor, that's dogs. If you go downstairs, you end up in our cat floor. There's 80 spacious kennels. There's also 5 free roaming rooms that have catios attached to them.
Oh.
So they have little outdoor spaces for the cats. They have TVs for the cats.
Oh.
Like they are so spoiled, and it's such a nice environment because the shelter can be really stressful. It can be hard on
Absolutely.
animals. Some of them are coming from, they've only had one home their entire life and they're getting moved around. And so as much as we could minimize that stress, especially for our kitty friends, we really tried to do that. And all of the kennel doors are soft, so they close softly so they don't slam to not stress the cats out. All of the storage shuts softly, again, not to stress the cats out. It's truly such a stunning facility, especially for the cats and dogs. But then we also now have rabbits too and guinea pigs. So we have a separate room for our rabbit friends. And if you stop by our shelter during certain hours, sometimes you'll see they'll set up little pens and let them kind of hop around. You'll never like know who you're going to see like hopping around. It's so fun. And then we have guinea pigs too now. So there's a room that just has the guinea pigs in it. It's truly incredible. Come here, Franny. Come here. Come here. I don't want you to
How
eat
many
that.
guinea pigs do you have right now?
Right now we have 4. Franny,
Okay.
come here.
She's good.
Come here.
I'll get it. You just keep talking. What I want to know is about Stu Showerman and his wife. And
Yes.
the donation
yes.
that they
So
made. How much did they donate?
I don't know the number off the top of my head. Very, very large donation.
Mhm.
So the building is the Showerman Adoption Center, and that is through the generosity of Stu and Rebecca. They were primarily the donor of this building that we were able to build, and this was like a $2.6 million project. It was very, very large building. It took some time, like I said, but they were very generous and they were the primary donor of the building. We did have some other generous donors as well, but they were so generous in their donation. And so whenever you see that Showerman name, that's Rebecca and Stu, and we could not be more grateful to them for making that donation. They're such big animal lovers. You'll see that they donate to a lot of the amazing rescues in this area, and we're lucky that they chose us as well to be
That's
one
perfect.
of
Do
their.
they have animals of their own? Do you know?
I believe they have cats. Yeah, I
Okay.
think they're cat people.
Okay, awesome. And for those that don't know, Stu, didn't he know before?
Yep.
In downtown Clearwater, and I think he sold it. And they are Clearwater residents.
They
as
are
far as I know.
Clearwater residents,
Yeah.
and they are very much Pinellas like support. How can I support Pinellas? I know they've made donations to Friends Astray as well, which is another wonderful organization in the area too. So we're very fortunate that they've also chosen us as one of their beneficiaries. But definitely get to know them. They're in the area. They hang out quite a bit.
Oh, that's good. Okay. We neglected to say where you're located.
Yes, so we are located 3040 State Road 590 in Clearwater. So we're just kind of off of McMullen Booth, just sort of like on the closer Clearwater side to Courtney Campbell, but not too far from everybody. And like I said, we're always open to visitors. Come see us, come hang out, come see some animals. Even if you're not ready to adopt, that's totally okay. We understand. Still come say hi. Come see who's available. Shop our retail store. We have a retail store now that
What's
goes back
sold in there?
dog toys, cat toys, litter boxes. We sell a lot of our enrichment items that we use for our own dogs at the shelter. So like Kongs and things like that. So if you've been wanting to up your pet's enrichment at home, we sell all of the products that we use on our dogs to keep them busy while they're in the shelter. But yeah, we sell all kinds of products. And again, all of it goes back to the shelter, which is great. Our retail store is newer, so we're always looking for people to come by and shop. So maybe you're not ready to adopt, come spoil your pets, come see who we have available.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And I guess, do you have a mission? Does the Humane Society have a mission?
Yeah, our mission is basically to help homeless animals in the community, to help them however we can. We're very much about also like treating them fully and helping them medically. So obviously Franny here, who's like going nuts underneath me, Franny here was heartworm positive, and we believed in taking her in, treating her fully, making sure she had the best chance to find a forever home. And that was making sure that she's no longer heartworm positive. She's like playing with the water bowl underneath me.
That's funny. Okay. How long has the Humane Society been serving the community?
So we've been serving the community since 1949. So we just celebrated our 75th year. I think we'll be about going into our 76th. But we've been on that big milestone 75, which is crazy that we've been around for that long.
Wow. Yeah. I didn't realize that. Holy cow. What makes Humane Society of Pinellas different from other shelters in the Tampa Bay area?
I think it would be our staff and our volunteers. If you walk in our door, they are the most dedicated individuals. They know these animals so well, like the back of their hand. They're so compassionate, and that's literally our staff and volunteers. Like if you walk in the door in the front desk, sometimes you're going to see a volunteer, sometimes you're going to see a staff member, but they are always so eager and so ready to let you know, give you advice. What do you need? Like we're truly such compassionate people that I would think that our staff and volunteers is what kind of makes us stand out a little bit.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Do you need more volunteers or more fosters?
We are always in need of more volunteers and fosters. And there's so many ways that you can get involved with being a volunteer. So like fostering, you can take in kittens, you can take in the little bottle babies, you can take in dogs needing a break from the shelter, you can take in medical cases. So we can kind of be flexible with what you need and what you are looking for. So maybe you don't have the space for a big dog. That's okay. If you can take home a couple kittens for us, free up the shelter space until they're ready to have their spay and neuter surgeries and all of that, that's a huge help. But then also with our volunteer program, there's so many avenues in that. Sometimes we need people to help us clean kennels, help us clean the cat area. Sometimes we need greeters at the front desk. Sometimes we need people to answer the phones. Sometimes we need people to bathe dogs. Like there's so many avenues that you can kind of get involved with. Maybe none of that's interested in you, but you like to do events and you would be a really good public speaker for us. And she's taking the paper now.
That's okay.
You would like to be a public speaker at an event. You can join us for our event team. There's literally so many ways that someone could get involved with us. So if you've been looking to volunteer, foster, definitely check us out. There's applications on our website that you can find, fill them out, get involved with us. We're always in need of it.
Okay. What about people that adopt a pet? What's the process like? Is there any special requirements or screenings?
So we do not have an adoption application on our website. We just want you to come in and see who spots your eye, because you never know. Sometimes people come in and they're not thinking they're going to adopt and they see a cat and they're like, you're coming home with me. Sometimes they have somebody in mind. They've been scrolling our website. They've been waiting for the perfect one. We don't have an application. Just come on in. And then visit the adoption floor. If you see somebody you like, you can grab their kennel card, you can bring it up to the front desk, you can flag somebody down, and our adoptions team is so ready to tell you all about every single one of the animals. They know them like the back of their hand. If sometimes I don't know all of them and I'll be like, hey, what do you know about this dog? And it's crazy how much they know. But yeah, we don't have an adoption application. When you are seriously interested in somebody, you are just wanting treats. When you're seriously interested in somebody, all that we ask is we'll ask you a few questions about your lifestyle, make sure it's a right fit. Some of our dogs, maybe you have a dog at home, we'll do meet and greets as well. So if you have a dog at home and you've been unsure about, I want to bring another dog, but I'm not sure how my dog would do, you can actually bring your dog to our shelter, and our staff is trained to do meet and greets, look for body language and all of those things to make sure that it's a positive interaction for your dog as well as our dog. Because we don't want to send a dog home and then, it not work out. But that way we can kind of initially see, okay, did the dogs get along? No, they didn't. Okay, maybe we should look at somebody else. Maybe there's somebody else who would get along with your dog. So there's a couple like questions and things that we'll ask you once you're finalizing it, just to make sure that it's a good fit for you, but also a good fit for our animals, and that we're sending them into a positive environment. But our adoption process is really easy. We want it to be easy. We don't want it to be really stressful or anything like that.
We've got a Amber Alert. Is that my phone?
It didn't go off on my phone yet.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I apologize for that.
But yeah, our adoption process is really easy. We want it to be easy because the goal for us is to send as many pets home. And, when we have people come in, we want you to ask all of the questions about the pets, truly make sure that you're ready to adopt, because sometimes, kittens and puppies can be a lot of work, and they're very, very cute. And, you can fall in love with one, and then you got to remember, okay, do I have the time to train this puppy the way it needs? But we made the adoption process really easy. We want you to come in. We want you to adopt. We want you to see who fits for my family, who fits for my needs.
Okay. Now, I would love to take Franny home myself, but Doug will probably kill me. How long has Franny been at the shelter?
She's been with us since May. I think May 12th was when she came to us. And previously she was at another shelter too. So I'm not sure how long she may have been with them. It's potential she could have been in the shelter environment a lot longer than just what she's been with us. She's so sweet though.
She loves kisses. She's one of the happiest dogs I've ever seen. So
she's a great
loves
girl. People too. You can tell because she's kind of wandered the room a little bit, but she's always kind of come back to us and checked in a little bit. Yeah. She definitely really likes people.
she likes that little Christmas tree in the corner.
She's actually been around a couple of kids too. So she seems pretty kid friendly. She was around a 6-year-old recently that she did super well with and was kind of letting her toss the toy and was being gentle with treats. And then our kids camp, she spent a lot of time with our kids campers, and one of the kids campers actually fell in love with her to the point that their family actually sponsored her adoption fee. So her adoption fee is covered, which is really, really incredible. So if anyone's looking to adopt, there would be no fee to adopt her.
Oh,
yeah, the summer camper fell in love with her and wanted to give her an extra chance. So her adoption fee is sponsored, which is really, really incredible.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Anyway, you also need donations in the form of food and money?
Yes, absolutely. We are a true 501c3 nonprofit, which means that we don't get any funding from the state. We don't get any funding from the county. We are solely run on donations. So we're always in need of monetary donations. You can visit our website, humanesocietyofpinellas.org, and up in the right corner, there should be a donate button. It's super easy to donate. Give what you can. Every single donation counts. It's okay if you can only give $5. It helps. It truly, truly helps. But then we're also in need of physical donations as well. We're always in need of dog food, dog treats. We have a pet food pantry that we give food out to the community. So that kind of helps stock some of our pet food pantry, but as well as some of the food we're able to use for our shelter dogs. And we always need dog treats, cat treats, bunny treats. Since we have bunnies now, I know the bunny people are always like, we need more bunny treats. But there's also a wish list on our website under the donate page too. We have Amazon wish list. We have Chewy wish list. We have a cuddly wish list. We kind of have a whole wide range of ways that you could be able to donate to us. You can always drop stuff off as well to our shelter. If you arrive to our facility on the right side of our porch, she's literally going to knock you over with her kisses. She's so sweet. If you would want to drop off donations on the right side of our porch, there are 2 large blue bins. You can toss donations in there. Like I said, we're always in need of donations, monetary or physical.
And conveniently, there's a pet pet store near you
There
in that
is
Publix Plaza.
Yes, and Pet Supplies Plus is also very, very generous to us as well too. They do a lot of promotions too throughout their store. So sometimes you can even make a donation there, and then they'll donate a bag of food to us as well. So they're very generous. But yeah, if you're like, I just want to stop into Pet Supplies Plus, get some toys, and bring them on over, we would absolutely accept them.
Awesome. Okay, let's see what else we got here.
Yeah, Franny, stop taking the paper. She's being goofy.
Shut the kids camp. I why don't we take a short two ad break? Can we do that, Ed? A 2-ad break, and then we'll come talk about the kids camp, because I've never heard of the kids camp through the Humane Society. Okay, we'll be right back.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
In 1955, the law firm now known as Perenick, Caulfield, Averill, and Noyes made a decision. Instead of taking whatever cases came through their doors, they decided to focus specifically on personal injury. 64 years later, the law firm is one of Clearwater's longest-running personal injury firms. Available 24 hours a day with offices in Clearwater and throughout Tampa Bay, they're ready to put decades of experience to work for you if you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident or injured due to someone's negligence or recklessness. If you feel overwhelmed, uncertain, or unsure about your next steps after being involved in an accident or after a loved one sustained serious injuries due to someone else's negligence, call Perenick, Caulfield, Averill, and Noyes at 727-796-8282 or online at usalaw.com. That's 727-796-8282 or online at usalaw.com. Non-attorney spokesman.
Shop the largest selection of Guy Harvey apparel, artwork, and gift items at GuyHarvey.com. From the world-renowned marine wildlife artist, the Guy Harvey online shop features the latest in performance apparel, classic Guy Harvey t-shirts, decor for every room in your home, exquisite ocean-inspired jewelry, and unique gift items, including custom merchandise not available anyplace else. Browse an extensive catalog of original Guy Harvey works of art and a full range of beautiful reproductions. As with all Guy Harvey merchandise, a percentage of sales benefits the ocean conservation, research, and education work of the Guy Harvey Ocean Foundation. The Guy Harvey Ocean Foundation will help ensure that future generations can enjoy and benefit from a well-balanced ocean ecosystem. Bring the undersea world into your everyday life at GuyHarvey.com.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Thanks for listening to the Kelly Kelly Show. I'm Kelly Kelly. I'm here with Big Ed Davis and Peyton Davis. Hey, both
No
have
relation.
the same last name there.
Yeah.
I just now
You're
realized
supposed
that.
to say no relation.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, no relation.
No relation. And Franny from the Humane Society of Pinellas. So, do you have any upcoming fundraising events or campaigns people should know about?
Yeah, so our annual walk event is coming up in September. So this will be our 5th annual Walk for Whiskers is what we call it. It is September 20th in downtown Dunedin. So it'll start in John R. Lawrence Park. I think that's the full name. So the event will start there, and we'll have vendors and activities for dogs to do. And like it's completely pet friendly. Obviously, you know your pet best. So if they don't do well in those kind of environments, don't bring them. But it is pet friendly. We'll have pup cups giving out from vendors, and we'll have enrichment activities and all of the vendors. And then there'll be a paw sport walk. So you'll get your kind of little paw sport, and you'll walk around the little businesses in Dunedin and get a stamp. When you turn it in, you'll get some prizes. But all of the goal is obviously to raise funds for the Humane Society of Pinellas. So right now, if you register, it is $25. You do get that t-shirt, and then you get to join in on all of the fun. You can visit our website under the events page as well to kind of visit that link. But once you donate that $25, then you can kind of create your own fundraising page. And the goal is for you to kind of fundraise on our behalf, which is super fun.
Yeah.
So you can create your page, and then it's super easy to be able to share out on your Facebook, your Instagram, your social media, share it with your grandma, your grandpa, your aunts, your uncles, and all of that. And we do have a goal to raise $35,000 during that event. So every single sign up, every single donation is really, really huge. Maybe you can't join the event. You can still go on that page and make a donation and it'll count towards the event, which is super great. Franny, stop chewing that.
Okay.
Come here. So yeah, if anyone...
I'll get that.
If anyone can join us at Walk for Whiskers in September, we would love that. Like I said, all of the information is up on our website under our events page. If you scroll down to September, you'll see Walk for Whiskers. We're literally always in need of people to join us for this event. It's super, super fun, super pet friendly. The vendors are wonderful. Our sponsors are wonderful. We still have a couple sponsor pages still too. So if anybody's looking to sponsor, they can join that too.
Okay. And what's that website again?
So under humanesocietyofpinellas.org, under the events page, if you scroll down to September 20th, it'll pull up our Walk for Whiskers. And then if you click on it, it'll take you to what's called Run Sign Up. And that's where you'll be able to purchase your $25 and then start your fundraising page to be able to fundraise.
Oh, awesome. And you also have a Facebook group.
Yes, we have an alumni Facebook group. So when we post our adoption report, so if anybody's alumni out there, every single Wednesday we do an adoption report of the last week's adoption, where we kind of highlight how many were adopted. So stay tuned on Wednesday when we post on our social media our adoption report. But when we post that at the bottom, we encourage you to join our alumni Facebook group. We really want our alumni to share their stories with us, be engaged with us. We're also starting to do monthly alumni meetups too. So our next one is happening at Lucid Coffee and Kava in St. Pete in a couple weeks. So we really encourage our alumni to stay connected with us. We want to know what's going on with you and your pet. We still want to know your pet. So if you can join our alumni group, stay tuned for that social media post on Wednesday.
Perfect. Let's talk a little bit about the kids camp.
Yeah.
What happens there?
Yeah. So we were able to bring back our kids camp this summer, which was really exciting. In our previous building, we didn't have a whole lot of space. While we were under construction, we didn't have the space for camp. And so this was kind of our trial run to see how the new building would operate with kids camp. So we did 2 weeks. We kind of split it into 2 different age groups. We had a younger group and an older group split into the 2 weeks. But these kids got to do all kinds of activities and truly learn what it is that we do as a shelter. They got to kind of champion some of our pets. That's why one of the campers fell in love with Franny, because she picked Franny as one of her pets that she really wanted to focus on that week and highlight and make posters for and make birthday cards for and kind of support during that week. So kids camp was an absolute blast. And now that we know we can really do it in our new facility and do it right, we're planning on bringing back a lot of our youth programs and trying to really connect with the youth, because those are the future animal lovers. Those are our animals lovers there. They're the ones that are going to be basically doing my job in the future, you know? So we really want them to be connected with us. So throughout the year, we're going to try and do some youth events. We might do just some one-off, where it won't be a whole summer camp. It might just be a day when kids are off of school. We'll invite them to do another kind of day of summer camp. But we're really trying to reach out to the youth. We're hoping to do hopefully movie nights to have the kids at the shelter more. So if anyone has youth age kids out there, stay tuned. We're really trying to get involved with that as well. We did start a teen volunteer program this summer as well that went really, really successfully. So there are a few opportunities for teens. It kind of is weird with the school year that we have a little bit less hours that they can volunteer. But if you have a teen that needs those hours, definitely reach out to us and we can see what we can do to get your teen into our teen program.
Perfect. Why does the teen need hours? For like
the
college
bright,
credits?
the Bright Futures stuff, college
I didn't know
credits.
this.
Yeah, I know some of the high schools kind of require community service to graduate too as well. So we had a whole set of teens. I think we had almost 20 this summer that kind of joined us for the entire summer. She's being so goofy. So yeah, if any of those teens out there, now that we're in the school year, it's a little bit harder, but probably once we get on winter break, we'll bring back some of those teens. So if anybody needs those hours, definitely stay up to date on our social media. That's where we kind of post like the most up-to-date information, but also on our website too. And you can always send us an email to give us a call. We're always here.
Okay. Peyton, what does your day-to-day look like?
My day-to-day is constantly changing, to be honest. So as the marketing manager, I'm in charge of our social media. So social media is kind of always changing. I'm creating graphics. I'm making media appearances like this. I go on the news pretty regularly. I have my regular news segments as well. Got 10 Tampa Bay, Daytime with Farron. So I'm kind of all over the place sometimes. You never know what you're going to get with me. course, I'm doing social media, I'm doing media, I'm doing a lot of our public relations, but on top of that, I help with events too. So you'll see me out at Walk for Whiskers. If anybody joins us at Walk for Whiskers, you'll see me there. I'll be running around like a crazy person. But yeah, I'm taking photos, taking videos, seeing how I can highlight the dogs in the shelter, seeing what the staff needs from me on social media and things like that. So my day-to-day is always changing, but I think that's what I love about the job is that you never know what you're going to get. This week, I didn't know I was going to be on a radio show, and here I'm on a radio show. That's super fun. So can't beat that.
That's awesome. What social media channels does the Humane Society of Pinellas have?
We have all of them. We have Facebook, we have Instagram, we have TikTok, we have YouTube, which YouTube, we just launched a brand new podcast of ours that we're doing. So we're kind of bamping up our podcast. So check us out on YouTube, but basically all the social media channels you can think of, LinkedIn, we're on Twitter, all of them.
Perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll have to add you on everything.
Yeah, absolutely. Add us on everything.
Okay. Do you have any hobbies outside of your job?
Yeah, I love to read and be outside. I know it's really hot in Florida right now, so it's a little bit hard to do that. But anytime that I can be outside reading or with my dog outside at the park, those are definitely my go-to hobbies. I also do really
like any dog parks in the area?
So I'm actually based in like Tampa. So I go to a dog park up in Tampa. But I know I've heard really, really good things about Coachman Park. A lot of our volunteers will take some of our dogs off site and they'll go to Coachman Park with some of our dogs, which is really fun.
Yeah. I like Enterprise Dog Park because it's got trails. Yeah. And they can just run and it's all fenced in. And
we do a yearly, we're like starting to do it yearly. We had our second one, alumni meetup with dogs at Enterprise is where we did it, which is great.
That's perfect. Okay. And I think we covered it all.
Yeah, we covered a lot.
I've got 5 minutes left. So anything that you can think of that you'd like to say about the Humane Society of Pinellas?
Yeah, we're here for our community. We're truly Pinellas first. How can we help Pinellas? If you're in need, if you're struggling on hard times, we have a pet food pantry program. We understand it's been really hard, especially since the hurricanes. We don't require any documentation the first couple times that you use our service. We just ask that you don't come like every single day. I think the pet food pantry is open Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays, but you can check our website as well. The information's on there too. But we're here for you. We can help you if there's a situation you need help with. We're very fortunate as well to have a full-time behavior manager that works with all of our dog behavior. So maybe you adopted from us recently and you're hearing this and you've been struggling with a behavior with your dog. You can always reach out to us, and Monica is a wealth of knowledge. She can help you with any kind of issue. She is crazy. She knows dogs like the back of her hand, cats like the back of her hand. We just started a behavior training program too. We paused it for the summer just because it's so hot and the classes outside. But we'll be starting our behavior training classes back up. So if you've been needing behavior training for your dog, we have that program as well.
Even if the dog has not been adopted.
Yeah, even if it hasn't been adopted from us.
I need that. I wish I had known that about 9 years ago.
Yeah, literally. It's crazy how much more we know about pets and stuff, especially pet behavior. Like even the simple thing, like your pet's been acting out at home. Sometimes it's just because they need a little bit more enrichment. They just need like a little bit more activity and they need to stimulate their brain a little bit more. Sometimes all it is.
That makes sense.
It's crazy. Yeah. But we've got so many programs to kind of help our community. We just recently did a vaccine clinic for dogs and we're planning on doing a cat vaccine. This is low cost. So if you have a cat, we're going to try and space them out, but we're going to try and do a dog one, a cat one, a dog one, a cat one. So definitely follow our social media. We haven't launched the cat one yet, but it should hopefully be in the next month and a half. Again, that is low cost. I'm not sure exactly which vaccines we'll offer, but the dog one was low cost and we saw incredibly, I think almost 50 cars showed up because we can handle about 50 pets during that time frame that we do it. And we saw 50 dogs that needed vaccines. That couple of them got microchips, which is incredible. So if you're in need of those services, definitely keep checking our website. We're trying to do those. We're trying to bring back our TNVR for cats as well. So there's a lot that we're doing and a lot that we're trying to bring back as well that the community's kind of been asking for. So if there's a program that you've been waiting for HSP to bring back, we're probably bringing it back. So check us out on social media. That's truly the best way to kind of stay up to date with everything that's happening currently and to the second, to the minute. I'm always posting on our social media, so you'll kind of be the first to know about events, about vaccine clinics, about our TNVR program, about behavior training, kind of anything you can think of. You can also give us a call.
TVR program?
So it's trap, neuter, vaccinate, and release to help the community cats.
Gotcha.
So the community cat people will trap the cats. They'll bring them in. They'll spay and neuter them. We'll spay and neuter them, and we'll re-release them into the community. Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry for interrupting you. But
No, you're good.
Perfect. Well, thanks, Peyton, for being
Yeah,
here.
thank
and
you.
telling us all about the Humane Society of Pinellas. And I guess that's it for tonight. We're going to wrap it up.
Yeah,
And
thank you.
don't go looking for happiness. Bring it with you.
Thanks for listening to the award-winning Kelly Kelly Show on the Tan Talk Radio Network.